Issues facing the City Council and ones that I'm talking about on my campaign is, I think number one is the jobs and the economy here in Janesville. Janesville is still reeling from the '08 recession with the loss of General Motors and the loss of a lot of the companies that supported General Motors in this economy. And I think it's incumbent upon the City Council to do what it can to spur job creation and growth, to retain jobs. And I think the past couple of years since I've been on the council, we've done that. A lot of private-public partnerships moving forward. Just this past week, we voted on a grant that would help keep GoEx here in Janesville and also expand by about 63 to 70 jobs. And so I look forward to using more tools like TIF districts to expand job creation here in Janesville. Second issue that I think is of utmost importance is our infrastructure. I think we need to invest in that. We have a lot of catching up to do maintenance-wise. And I think third is our public safety, maintaining a strong police force and fire department, and making sure that we keep crime rates low and keeping Janesville a safe place to live that it is.
Thank you. DuWayne?
The three things I see are in line with the survey that was done by the city this past year. One, we need to continue to grow Janesville jobs, and we need to grow them now. Number two, we need to stop any possibility of the discussion of tax increases through referendums and any sort of taxes, and in addition, fee increases. And number three, we need to have the city live within its means. Citizens within our community and businesses within our community have had to meet their daily needs and make some adjustments over the last 4 to 5 years. The city needs to do the same thing. We need to look at that budget. We need to be able to provide the services that the citizens of our community have said that they want. They are open to some reduction in services. They want to make sure that our tax dollars are used wisely. So those are the three things I'm looking forward to working on. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry?
I'm going to sound kind of redundant. Everybody's mentioning the same things, and I will too. Economic development. We need to fill the void left by General Motors. The city budget. We must be good stewards of the taxpayer's dollar. We shouldn't be raising taxes or raising fees. We pay plenty in taxes and fees, in my estimation anyway. We need to be careful with the deficit spending. We're borrowing money right now. We're taking money from the reserve fund. We've got to stop that. Eventually we will hit a budget crisis, and we've got to learn to live within our means before that happens.
Thank you. Julie?
Again, I want to mirror a couple of the comments already made, and that's definitely aggressive economic growth and development, but with jobs that provide sustainable living wages. You know, I'm a big fan of the new restaurants coming in, but we need jobs that, that provide for our skilled workforce, where we can employ them so that they're here instead of going to other cities to utilize all the education that they have attained. I also think that we need to cut non-essential expenses to help balance the budget and find cost-effective measures to use for our essential services, while not minimizing any of the essential services that we have grown accustomed to as of today. Then I also think that we need to look forward to maintaining the city for our future generations, to provide for the children and for the generations that come after them.
Thank you. Douglas?
Thank you. We have obviously the growth and of jobs and our budget, but what Janesville needs, I believe, is a vision where we're going to be 5 and 10 years from now, and we need to work for that vision. We need to invest in Janesville's future. We need to have an honest assessment of our budget needs, our budget wants, and our budget costs, and find the best balance, true value for our taxpayers. I believe that citizens of Janesville may be willing to pay a little bit more in tax if they can see where this money is going and it's not wasted on things that they don't need. And 3, I think we need to work on our infrastructure and find out what we can do to make Janesville attractive for people to invest in this great city. Thank you.
Thank you. Brian?
I would say the top 3 items, issues, are jobs, infrastructure, and our 2014 budget. Jobs, I think we've spent, quite frankly, way too much time talking about sidewalks and roundabouts, and we need to get back to the basics and talk about jobs. Consumer spending makes up 70% of the economy in the United States, and people who aren't working are not spending money. Infrastructure, I think we've become accustomed to a high level of service from the city, whether that's roads, water, sewer, whatever. We need to maintain that and take care of that if we want to continue to enjoy the good infrastructure we have. And last, the budget for 2014 is projected to have a large shortfall, and that's going to take a lot of hard work, and that's a major.
Thank you. Next question, and we'll start with DuWayne. Would you consider outsourcing any city services to private contractors? If so, which service?